Welcome back to the Plum Bob Report. I'm Becca, Danny Reyes is here, and we have genuinely a lot to get into today. Building dreams one tile at a time, right?
Like a lot. My timeline's already losing it. Soul, and also, what the heck is a Moola, and why does it sound like a cryptocurrency fever dream?
Right? So, the Sims 4 Marketplace launched on March 17th, and it brought with it a brand new currency system, a creator program, and honestly, as
Wow.
someone who's covered monetization systems for years, a patch day that went completely sideways.
Sideways is generous, Becca. Custom content straight up broke for huge chunks of players on launch day. The day. The marketplace debut was basically a dumpster fire with a currency system attached.
Yeah, we're getting into all of it. The Moola currency, how it compares to other creator platforms, and I've got industry comparisons that are kind of wild. The 60 plus bug fixes that absolutely nobody noticed because everything was on fire.
Literally nobody. I checked Reddit, Twitter, TikTok. Everyone was too busy screaming about broken CC to notice the quality of life fixes.
And we're also talking about the creators themselves, the makers inside the program, the backlash some of them are facing, and why that anger might be pointed in the wrong direction. I've actually met some of these devs, so this one hits different.
Yeah, this one gets thorny fast. There's a ton of nuance floating around that the community is still desperately trying to sort through, and honestly, it's messy.
And we want to do it justice because there's so much nuance getting lost. So we're covering the news, the patch chaos, the community response, and then zooming out to ask the bigger question about what this means for free modding culture going forward.
Big questions today, and they're not the comfortable kind.
Big questions. Okay, let's stop teasing and actually get into it. First up, the marketplace itself. What is it? How does it work? And why are people already comparing it to mobile monetization tactics that should raise some red flags?
Spoiler, the answers are going to make you side-eye some corporate decisions in real time.
Perfect. Here we go. We want to hear from you. Submit questions via the web form in the description or give us a call at 747-677-1037 and leave your question. Don't be shy. Our AI assistant makes it super easy. Okay, so real talk. I woke up on March 17th, opened Sims Twitter, and if you've been following me for years, you know I'm always plugged in on launch days. And it was just chaos, pure, unfiltered chaos.
Soul, and also, what is happening right now? Because my meme account just exploded, Reddit's in chaos, Twitter's doing math, TikTok's already making jokes, absolute maximum community spiral.
Right? So here's what dropped. EA launched The Sims 4 Marketplace on PC and Mac, and with it came a brand new virtual currency called Moola. As someone who's covered monetization trends for years, I knew immediately this was going to define the next era.
Moola. They literally said currency and landed on moolah. That sim is absolutely not okay.
Moola. That's the name they went with.
I keep saying it out loud and it somehow gets less real each time, which is wild.
It really doesn't. So, Moola is how you buy what EA is calling maker packs and kits. These are creator-made content packs sold through the new marketplace. I've covered monetization models for years, including the ones that don't work, and this one landed hard.
Okay, so walk me through the pricing because I'm genuinely convinced that's where everyone immediately clocked the predatory design.
Yes, so you buy Moola in bundles. The smallest is 200 Moola for $2.49. The biggest is 5,500 Moola for $49.99. And I clocked the math immediately. I've seen this exact pricing architecture before, multiple times, and it's always intentional.
And most maker packs cost
And most maker packs cost
400 moolah, which means you're always short.
400 Moola. And they sell it in bundles of 200, so you're always mathematically short. That's not a coincidence. That's predatory design energy.
They absolutely do. So you buy 200, you need 200 more, you buy 200 more, and now you have 100 moolah just haunting your wallet like a sim that refuses to drown. Useless. Trapped.
Doing nothing. You can't earn it through gameplay. You can't get a refund. You can't transfer it. It's the same orphaned currency trick that mobile games perfected. And honestly, I've written about this exact design. I've interviewed designers about why they do it. This is textbook.
That is absolutely not an accident, and that's the part that gets me genuinely angry because it's literally one of my pet peeves when games do this exact thing.
Oh no, that's a deliberate design choice, and the community clocked it immediately. Danny, I've seen this exact trick in mobile games for years. I've written about it, interviewed the people who architect these systems about it. This is intentional, and it's calculated.
Motherlode energy right there. Mobile games perfected this trap years ago. Orphaned currency, forced spending loops, designed to make you spend more money to use what you already bought. It's the definition of predatory.
And here's the thing that hit me hardest. I literally lived through sim points during the Sims 3 store era, and I remember the backlash. But this, it feels so much worse because it's got this veneer of supporting creators. It's using community goodwill as cover.
Wait, worse how?
Well, with sim points, you were at least buying EA's own content. You knew what you were getting and who was profiting. Here, you're buying currency to buy content made by independent creators. And I've actually talked to some of these creators directly about their contracts. I've met some at events. Let's just say it's a lot.
Yeah, I saw those numbers, and my timeline's been doing the math all morning. My community's doing the math. TikTok's doing the math. A lot is definitely one way to say absolutely brutal creator split.
And on top of the Moola situation, the March 17th patch that launched the marketplace also broke a massive chunk of mods and custom content. As a beta tester who'd seen sections of this build, I felt that collision immediately, and I knew what was coming.
So they launched a whole controversial monetization system and broke everyone's custom content on the same day? That's not timing, Becca. That's a conspiracy theory speed run.
Yeah, and they patched it the next day with a hotfix, to be fair, and genuinely that turnaround was faster than usual. Still, launching controversy and breaking people's saves on the same day, that's a scheduling call I would have questioned hard.
To be fair, my Sims were out here with invisible hats and missing furniture for a full day, so I guess the hotfix technically existed. Still peak Sims chaos and terrible optics.
Peak Sims, honestly.
Okay, but here's what I keep thinking about. The buyers are frustrated, yeah, understandably so. But we're only seeing one side of this conversation. The creators, the artists, the builders, they signed up for this too. And I genuinely need to know what they actually got out of that deal.
Yeah, and when you start seeing the creator split, the revenue percentages, the contract terms, that's where this conversation gets genuinely complicated and honestly a little heartbreaking, because these are people who've built this game's foundation for free. So that 30% number, that's the thing I keep coming back to, because as someone who covered creator economy for years, that math should never make sense to me, and yet.
Right, like creators get 30 cents on every dollar. EA keeps 70, and that's my pet peeve right there, Becca.
And to put that in context, Patreon takes 5 to 12%, Steam Workshop splits 25 to the creator, 25 to Valve, 50 to the developer. As someone who covered monetization systems professionally for years, I can tell you this is genuinely not it.
Wait, so EA is eating both cuts? The platform and the developer portion? They're basically keeping everything except what they legally can't. That's not even a hidden structure. That's my thing, dude.
Both, the entire thing. And I want to be fair here. I've actually sat down with developers at EA Play events who genuinely care about this community. But that's a person-by-person thing. This is a corporate structure decision made above their heads. And those are two very different conversations.
Yeah, like the people who built the rabbit hole animations are not the people who designed this split.
Exactly. And it gets more complicated because the exclusivity clause is in there too.
Oh, the exclusivity clause is absolutely feral. You can't even post it anywhere else?
If you make something for the marketplace, you can't post it anywhere else. Not free on your own site, not on Patreon, nowhere. So creators are trading full exclusivity, years of their work, for that 30%. It's honestly giving exploitative energy, and I covered enough labor disputes in my journalism days to recognize it.
So, and absolutely not, Becca. That's not a deal, that's a trap.
Exactly the energy.
So when this dropped, my entire 200K follower timeline was losing it. The meme account got flooded immediately, Reddit was furious, Twitter was doing the math and getting angrier, TikTok was making videos about it, but here's what actually bothered me more than the revenue split itself.
The backlash at the individual makers directly, like these creators just wanted to participate.
Yeah, individual creators started getting absolutely roasted, and I'm like, these people are just trying to monetize their labor. They didn't write the terms, they didn't design this exploitation structure.
Sure. So when this dropped, my entire 200K follower timeline was losing it. The meme account got flooded immediately, Reddit. Sims community posted statements from 4 makers, and honestly, reading those, I recognized that tone immediately from my journalism days interviewing developers in difficult positions. They're caught between wanting to participate and knowing the community is rightfully upset. That discomfort, that's real, and it matters.
And they didn't design the 70-30 split. This is corporate overreach, not a creator choice.
Right. The frustration should be pointed at the structure, not the people working inside it.
Okay, but I do want to name the one thing the community is absolutely unequivocally correct about here.
Go for it.
Okay, modders have been making incredible custom content for literally free for decades. That's the entire foundation this marketplace is built on. And now EA is monetizing the entire modding culture and keeping 70 cents? That's my thing, dude. That's peak when EA announces features modders already made energy.
I don't think you can separate those two things. The Sims has survived on free custom content since literally 2000. I was there the day it launched. I was making CC before I understood what I was doing. The marketplace is drawing from a well the community built for free. That's the heart of it.
Gosu gamers called it predatory, and honestly, the math doesn't lie. It is predatory. Like there's no way to make that 30-70 split look good on a spreadsheet.
I've read the coverage. Gosu Gamers and Kotaku both framed it similarly. And the Sims community poll data showed the community reactions skewing pretty negative, even among players who genuinely want to support creators. That tells you something important about where the real problem sits.
So it's not like people hate the idea of paying creators. They hate this specific deal.
Which is an important distinction that keeps getting lost. A fair revenue split with no exclusivity trap, that conversation looks totally different. And honestly, creators deserve that conversation.
I mean, Moola and I are going to have some serious words before this is over, not going to lie.
Oh, we're not done with Moola.
Moola is giving currency I resent on site energy.
The thing is, all of this landed on March 17th simultaneously. The marketplace goes live, the revenue split becomes public, and as a beta tester, I knew what was coming in that patch, the structural changes, the back-end work, all of it, and the timing was a lot.
And also broke literally half the custom content in the game. Like, what timing?
Yeah, which, if you were already furious about the marketplace, and then you opened your game and your entire Maxis Match collection just vanished?
The autonomy said chaos, and then the patch said, hold my espresso while I make it worse.
And all that mess, what actually broke, why it broke, and whether this timing feels like a scheduling oversight or something worse, that's exactly where we need to dig next.
So, March 17th, Marketplace goes live, and in the same breath, everyone's custom content just evaporates. Like, pick a day, EA. Pick literally any other day.
Not metaphorically, like the package files straight up refuse to load. I was beta testing sections of this, and when I saw those error logs hit Sims VIP, just absolute carnage.
My timeline was an absolute disaster zone. The meme account got flooded immediately. Screenshots of blank lots, missing furniture, casts that looked like mannequins. Chaos. Pure chaos.
And here's the thing that made it worse timing-wise. It landed on the exact same day as the marketplace. So of course people's brains connected those dots. And honestly, as a former journalist, I can tell you the narrative writes itself when the timing is that tight.
Darrow interpreted this as conspiracy. That conspiracy was trending hard, and honestly, the timing made it very easy to believe.
I understand why people felt that. The optics were awful. But honestly, large framework patches almost always break mods. I've covered enough technical rollouts to know this happens. The marketplace backend was a significant structural change to how the game loads assets.
Right, but maybe don't launch your shiny monetization system and break everyone's free custom content on the same day. That's literally a conspiracy theory speed run.
No, absolutely not. That's a scheduling call someone should answer for.
Okay, but credit where it's due, yeah? EA actually confirmed it was their bug. Not outdated mods, not user error, straight up on them.
And the hotfix came out March 18th, which is fast, genuinely fast for EA. I've been in enough dev cycles to recognize that turnaround. Sims VIP and simscommunity.info both had the patch notes up within hours.
Most CC came back, yeah. Some UI mods still needed manual installs, specific stuff required tweaking. Annoying, but manageable. People figure it out eventually.
The intentional break theory didn't really hold up once the hotfix dropped in 24 hours. But I get it. Corporate trust was already shaky going into that day, and this felt like a test nobody wanted to take.
Like you show up to a party, someone steals your wallet, and then they're like, oh, that was actually a mistake, here's your wallet back. You're still side-eyeing them for the rest of the night, and honestly, they deserve it.
That is exactly what this was. And okay, can we please give 1 second to the 60-plus quality of life fixes that were also in that patch? Because they got completely buried, and I, detail-obsessed person that I am, I need to acknowledge that work.
Wait, over 60 in the same patch that broke everything?
Over 60 bug fixes and autonomy improvements.
Wow.
In the same update. 0 coverage. And some of those were things players had been asking about since the royalty pack.
The autonomy said, we fixed some things, and absolutely nobody gave it a second look because the entire community was on fire.
Because the whole conversation was on fire. Which is a shame, because some of those fixes were things players had been asking about for months.
And modders, by the way, were already pushing compatibility patches before EA's hotfix even dropped. Narwhal was on it. Workarounds live within hours while EA was still stress testing. Peak modder energy.
That tracks. The modder community moves so fast, honestly faster than most professional studios I've worked with.
Faster than EA, every single time. It's become a whole running bit at this point.
To be fair, they have less bureaucracy.
And infinitely more motivation, honestly. Anyway, the CC crisis settled down relatively quickly, but while everyone was panicking, the makers themselves were watching all of this go down.
And some of them had some things to say, because they were already caught between wanting to participate in the marketplace and knowing the community was upset, and then this CC disaster landed on top of it, making everything worse.
Yeah, some of those public statements got really real, and you could feel the discomfort radiating through the screen.
And while all that patch chaos was unfolding, the makers themselves were watching it happen too. This is the part that keeps me up. I've covered creator communities long enough to recognize when they're being caught between passion and exploitation.
Right, and some of them actually had the guts to speak up, which, honestly, that took courage I wasn't sure they'd have given the climate.
Yeah. Maker Hydra, who made the Home Sweet Home Pack content, called collaborating with the official team a dream come true. I get that feeling. I've had my gallery builds featured, and there's nothing like it. And then, in the same breath, she acknowledged the whole situation around them was a lot.
I mean, imagine that. You pour your soul into something, you're genuinely proud of it, and then it launches during absolute maximum chaos. Your dream collab turns into a PR nightmare through no fault of yours.
And then there's Valia Sims. She said the marketplace announcement left her feeling really down, with little motivation to create. As someone who's built gallery content for years, that one hit me hard.
Because she's literally in the program and she still felt demoralized by it all.
Exactly. These are people caught in the middle of a structural decision they didn't make. And I've covered enough of these situations to recognize that distinction.
And then some people in the community turned on these creators. Harassment, DMs, the whole ugliness. I watch these spaces constantly, and it was genuinely uncomfortable. Multiple creators had to publicly ask people to back off.
Which is just not okay, full stop. The anger at a 70-30 split belongs at the corporate level, not in someone's inbox. That's the distinction I need people to understand. These creators didn't write the terms. They're just trying to navigate them.
We said it last segment, and I'll say it again with a megaphone. The makers did not design this exploitative 70-30 deal.
And here's something I want people to hear. Makers can still release free CC outside the marketplace, but anything they put on the marketplace cannot also live in the free ecosystem. It's an either-or per item, not per creator.
Wait, so one creator could have free CC and also make paid marketplace packs simultaneously?
Yep, just not the same item in both places.
Okay, that's way more nuanced than how it's been described online, and my timeline has been confidently wrong about this, which is embarrassing but also important to correct.
A lot of this is more nuanced than Twitter allows for, and I'm saying that as someone who covered these systems professionally.
Truly shocking that Twitter oversimplified the whole thing.
And there's one tiny detail I love. Pearson's set launched at 400 Moola and got cut to 300 2 days later. As a beta tester, I'm watching this ecosystem adjust in real time.
In like 2 days? EA's adjusting prices that fast?
Already, which tells you the ecosystem is still figuring itself out in real time, and it's kind of fascinating to watch, even if it's messy.
So the pricing structure is literally still being workshopped while everyone's out here debating whether the entire system is predatory.
Nothing about this is settled. And honestly, that's the bigger question that keeps me up at night. I've watched this franchise since 2000. Free CC literally built The Sims into what it is. If the people who've sustained that foundation are this conflicted, what does that mean for modding long term? That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, that's the actual question keeping me up at night.
That's the one we need to sit with. So the big question is, what does this mean for free modding culture long term? The community that's kept this game alive since I was 10 years old in 2000. That's what we need to protect.
Right, and I think people are catastrophizing. My meme account has been getting flooded with doomsday takes all week. But real talk, the free CC ecosystem is still alive and intact. Your kits are safe. Nothing got nuked.
Exactly. The either-or rule means creators can't put the same item behind Moola that they're offering for free. That protection exists on paper, and I learned covering monetization systems that paper promises mean nothing without enforcement teeth. That's the detail I'm watching.
Also, Sematically dropped a menu mod that literally nukes the entire Moola wallet and marketplace UI in like 2 days flat. Modder energy hits different, honestly.
That's peak Sims, honestly. Modders solving problems faster than any corporate roadmap could. It's what this community has always done.
Modders fixing EA's mistakes faster than EA even acknowledges them. Again, as is tradition. That's the whole when EA announces features modders already made for free energy right there.
Here's where I land, though. I've met people on that dev team at EA Play, and I genuinely believe they care about this game. But this decision sits structurally above them, and that distinction matters. It's not about people, it's about the framework they're operating inside.
The Sims 3 store comparison keeps coming up because it's the closest parallel we have. Virtual currency, paywalled packs, we've survived that before. But this exploitation structure targeting creators, that part is genuinely new.
So, practically for listeners, Free CC is alive, support creators through Patreon if you can, and watch how that revenue split evolves. That split is the actual lever, and as someone who's covered these systems professionally, that's where the real conversation needs to happen next.
So ask yourself, what modding culture do we actually want 5 years from now? Because that answer changes everything about what we do right now. That's the question.
Okay, so this episode went places I did not fully expect. We went from currency systems to the entire future of free modding, and I'm honestly still processing it.
Right? Like we started with Moola and ended up discussing the entire existential soul of free modding culture. That's motherlode energy right there.
And honestly, that's the thing I want people to sit with. The anger at creators is misplaced. The structure is the problem, not the people working inside it. And I mean that from experience, having actually talked to these developers.
Exactly. Danny Reyes said it best. Wait, I said it. But Becca Hartwell absolutely said it better, and I'm not even mad about it.
We said it together. That's the whole point. We can hold both things at once. Appreciate the creators and critique the system. That's the nuance.
Sul Simmers, if this episode made you think or made you irrationally angry at EA, subscribe wherever you listen and leave us a review. It genuinely helps, and my meme account will absolutely thank you for it.
Find us at Plumbob Report on socials. Seriously, share your wildest Sims hot takes, your maker opinions, whether you think this deal is sustainable long term. I want to hear what you're actually thinking.
We want the chaos. We're literally built for it.
We always want the chaos. And thank you for hanging with us while we worked through all of this. Building dreams one tile at a time, right?
See you next episode, you beautiful disaster simmers. Don't let your Sims drown while you're thinking about this stuff.